Right, we're now live. Hello to everyone in this live stream currently. Apologies about the voice. It's a bit croaky today. Feeling a bit underneath the weather, but we move ahead with this trading week. So, obviously, we're on the first day of the trading week. We're seeing a little bit of a pullback. As you can see, we are on the weekly. Let me just do one thing, sorry. Right, beautiful. So getting a little bit of a pullback. As you can see, so the reason why we've started on the weekly and taken all the TA off is just to get a clearer picture as pricing candles develop. So we found support at this key level over here, okay, which is very close to this 100 moving average. We didn't get an exact tap off the 100 moving average on the weekly. We got support just above, okay. So we could potentially see even a little bit of an increase, maybe even just past 40 grand. There is this order block. Obviously, this is a weekly order block. Okay, so as we go down in time frames, you'll be able to refine it better. As obviously this is a whole wick coming down here, so there'll be order blocks along there as well. So obviously we've already spoken about 40,000 being sort of the next strong resistance point before falling down. As you can see from the wick highs and lows, okay, there is only a very small gap in between. So it could very much be that that was it. We will go down into the lower time frames and then we will get a better picture as to how far price is going to go. So we'll go do a bit more investigating just after we kind of touch on this week ahead. So in terms of economic sort of data points coming out this week, we've got, it's majority Europe data, not a lot of US data really. We've got the UK's interest rate decision. We've also got an ECB speech. And they're mainly concentrated between Tuesday and Thursday with a little bit of data point on Friday. But yeah, a lot of inflation rates, and just general data. So if we go to the next 7 days, so I am going to, okay, let's all save stuff. Right. So obviously we've got France's inflation rate, we've got Germany unemployment change in rate. So important data, that's actually, when's this? Tomorrow. BOE consumer credit, it's not major. We've got obviously all of these mortgages. where do I want to go? I want to go to choose Wednesday. So as you can see, we've got some inflation rate data, core inflation rate, year-on-year flash, important. So that's already kicking off the day at 10 o'clock. Okay, so you can expect volatility on Wednesday to kick off from start. Spring Festival Golden Week holiday, so China's on holiday, so I wouldn't expect a whole load of volatility in the Asia market or the Asia session. So majority of the sort of movements this week are going to be within our time frames, which is amazing. Okay, so we shouldn't be expecting anything out of the ordinary in these Asia sessions. So we got PPI, which it's not major. So this is quite important. Monetary Policy Committee. Also, we got a monetary policy report that's of importance. Obviously, the most important one is the interest rate decision. And as you can see, forecast is actually to increase. Okay, so they are moving ahead with rate hiking already. So be expecting a very volatile week this week. A lot of these governments and central banks are coming together and deciding to increase interest rates. The US soon to follow. Okay. But as you can see, we've got 45 minutes later, we've got the ECB interest rate decision coming out. And then obviously the ECB press conference, which will be of use to watching. Forecast to be unchanged. Who knows? They might put something out that's unexpected following the UK's increase. If that's the case, then even more volatility to be brought. But I do think obviously they're going to try and keep markets as stable as possible. So what you'll potentially get is a non-interest rate change in the Eurozone. But then in this press conference over here, they may talk about increasing interest rates on the next decision. So we've got non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate for the US, and then that's it really for the whole week. So this comes in on Friday. Retail sales, relatively unimportant, with a little bit. Apart from that, obviously we've got treasury purchases as well. But yeah, the main juice of this week is between Tuesday and Thursday, as you can clearly see. So that's when the majority of the votes are going to be taken. So, majority of the trades are going to be taken and closed. And that's how we should be planning for this week, is looking at how the market is kind of setting up today, and then kind of ease into it tomorrow, and then Wednesday. So ease into it, see how things are going. We're going to go session to session, okay, and see how things are either slowing down, speeding up, and then kind of keep a close eye on these data points and their releases, as it's a bit dangerous sometimes trading when you've got this sort of information coming out. So last thing that I wanted to touch on, there wasn't a whole load on Bloomberg. But it was this article. Just basically going with bearish sentiment. Okay, Bitcoin is starting at a third straight month of losses amid heightened fears of global monetary policy tightening. The top cryptocurrency by market value was trading at $36,960 at press time, representing a 20% drop for January. Prices slipped 7% and 19% in November and December, respectively, CoinDesk data shows. The correction is driven by macro factors, specifically expected rate increases and liquidity tightening from the US. The 60-day correlation between BTC and the S&P 500 was virtually zero at the end of 2017. Now it's over 65%. Noel Atchison, head of market insights, Genesis Global Trading, said in a LinkedIn post titled, "Did you say crypto winter?" Last Wednesday, the Federal Reserve set the stage for a faster withdrawal of crisis era stimulus. Since then, several Wall Street banks, including Goldman Sachs, have penciled in 5/4 percentage point rate hikes for this year. The market has priced in 25 basis point hike in March. On Friday, Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic told Financial Times that the central bank may surprise with a 50 basis point hike in March. Okay, so we need to also gauge the fact that things are, these seeds are being planted, and you will be seeing in pricing ins over the market. Okay, so hence why we purchase Glassnode. Now let me get it up for you guys. Bear with me. Oh, you're right, Bogdan. How you doing, my man? You okay? Sorry, I've only just seen. I've been concentrating on actually reading all this data. So we've got a busy week ahead of us, really. So I'm gonna try and just relax as much as possible today, and then go into it heavy. Moving forward. We wanted to show you this. Right. Get it out. So we're going to go over to exchange Netflow Volume. Okay, so that's basically telling us how much volume is coming in. Okay, so more recently, okay, so this is the drop. Beautiful. Okay, and now we're actually seeing a little bit of a pickup, right? But the main point to take from this is that we are not getting any sort of volume. There's only a little bit of an uptick in volume, okay, as it's now reached this sort of 32 zone, which is to basically say that it's a weak support zone, okay. We're not seeing the attraction that we need to be seeing. So with that being said, we should definitely be looking at selling off, a continuation in the sell-off. Okay, that's what we should be looking at. Until we start seeing a huge pent up, okay, something like this, okay, so where we're seeing a huge amount of inflows into exchanges, we're not going to be getting this whole bump up. It's just not going to happen. I'll show you this then. Right, so obviously this line over here is where Bitcoin price is, okay. Look at this. This is the sort of stuff that you want to see. Like, let's go over here. All right, I'll push it together so that we can see. Is it over right here? So try and get you a bigger picture actually. So can you see, so we got this first all-time high, right? Okay, prices came back down. And if you can remember, or if you were in Bitcoin, or the crypto space, sorry, we had this long-term sort of consolidation phase, which you can see clearly right here, right? Okay. After that, we got the bottoming out, okay, and this huge influx of buys. That is exactly what we want to see to give us that sort of momentum and push up. At the moment, we've only had two little spikes come in, and that's at this bottom, or the most recent bottom, okay, which is telling us that it's clearly just not enough. It's not enough to be making these moves up. What we do need to take from it, obviously, is the fact that we are seeing a little bit of a spike up compared to just before. Okay, so just before this sort of move over here, we are seeing a pickup, which is great. Okay, so it's that whole concept of let's buy the dip, okay? So ideally, if you look at the TA, we're not going to see too many more dips. So obviously you're going to be splitting your margins appropriately across the amount of dips that you're expecting, right? And obviously the expected amount of dips now have lowered. So obviously naturally you are going to find a bit more. And also the fact that everyone thought that 40k was the bottom, and clearly wasn't the bottom. So seeing it move from 40 to, what was it, 33? That you are naturally going to buy up some more Bitcoin, okay? But there is way too much selling still. Like the selling hasn't like chilled out. You need the selling to kind of relax a little bit for a period. We're seeing too much selling off. There's too much out of this. So that's kind of what you want to take from that. In terms of TA, we'll kind of dive straight into TA now. Obviously, that's what we got on the weekly. Didn't quite beat the previous sell side candle. So there is interest, just not enough interest. And as you can see, we've already started the week with it pulling back. I'm going to put the TA back on this chart now. That can go. So we said in the last update about obviously the range that Bitcoin's currently moving into. We got a filling up of this wick over here, which found a lot of sensitivity. One at this order block and two at this level of 40k. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of volume there, and as you can see, we continue to move in this range. If we fail to obviously get this break of this level over here, we'll go up a little bit higher potentially, kind of just making a test of this key level, and then moving even in a faster pace motion down. Okay, but again, we're going to continue to move in some sort of a range, okay, and then it's more than likely to be breaking to the bottom, but do expect a lot of price manipulation and catching out of traders in this move. As you can see, okay, we're on the 4 hour. Look at the amount of distribution occurring in here. This is just huge amounts. Okay, we've got a good amount of accumulation occur in this period over here. However, where is all the volume? Nowhere to be seen. Okay, so as things stand, very little accumulation happening now. We are just going to continue to move sideways for a bit. Hence why we are choosing to kind of chill out a bit more going into this week. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So going down to the hourly, again, very little volume. Obviously, we are only on Monday, so things do take a bit of a while to warm up. Yeah, we'll go over to total crypto market cap. Just take all of this off. Again, moving in sideways fashion, we can actually see that it's almost pulling in almost a sort of triangle. However, we aren't going to be treating it like that. We are going to be treating it like a range. Okay. However, price is slightly compressing if you look at it that way. Okay. So something larger than expected is going to happen. And I don't mean like a really big move very soon. I mean as in like something like this over here. Okay, something like a 3 candle move. In terms of dollar index, obviously we've got a bit of information coming out. We are still moving up. Okay, so that's how we're going to go with it. Huge increase. Now, just if it's able to hold this current level over here, okay, which is this level, okay, we will continue seeing it move up, which will bring prices of crypto down, okay. That's what we kind of need to look at. Bitcoin shorts, seeing a little bit of a push up, probably has a little bit of finding support to do, and as you can see, obviously longs have got a little bit more to push up. So the way that we're going to take that is obviously going up and testing this 40,000. Okay, realistically, for it to work better in our way is for it to go and touch 40k, solidify that level as resistance, okay, and then the market will come down very heavily. At the moment, the market it doesn't know what it wants to do. It hasn't really solidified any levels currently. Okay, it's gone, tried to test this 40,000, found a lot of sensitivity, came back down, went back for seconds, failed, now coming back down. Okay, in terms of this end over here, we have the range that we were looking at is 32 to 30k. It tested 33. Okay, so we're still yet to solidify some strong one, psychological levels, and two actual strong levels on the chart. Okay, in terms of TA, in terms of volume, in terms of interest. Okay, so we will need to see sort of these levels either being broken or tested. Okay, but in terms of that, that is it. Just keep in mind all of the data comes out between Tuesday and Thursday, a little bit on Friday, in terms of the US on Friday, and also bear in mind it's an Asia or China holiday. Okay, so that's something that we need to keep in mind in terms of volatility when we wake up, and expect like kind of expecting what price movement and everything else going into Asia session, and obviously when you guys sleep. So kind of watch what's happening. Don't kind of rush into things today. Just watch it. See what levels are kind of being confirmed and what structures being confirmed, and then make a move tomorrow. But yeah, guys, that's it from us. Thank you for watching, and we shall see you on Tuesday for another live stream, just kind of picking up where we left off between today and then. But yeah, let's go and smash it, snipers. Obviously, if you missed out on our discount, there will be discounts coming out next month at some point. It'll probably be towards the back end. In terms of premium members, in terms of discounts for you guys, we will get one fired over to you at some point as well. We kind of only really release discounts now on sort of holiday, sort of national holiday days. So we'll see what's next. So yeah, nothing else much to kind of give to you guys as of now. But yeah, we'll see you on Tuesday. Take care, guys.